Bitcoin is looking very bullish, and we are seeing that we're coming close to the $94,000, and overnight we even broke it. There are a lot of interesting bullish charts for Bitcoin, which I will show you in this video. I will also have a look at the Fear and Greed Index, because I was talking about this in my earlier videos. I will also have a look at the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETF flows. And I will have a look at two altcoins, and that will be Chainlink and Cardano, because they are showing a lot of interesting price action lately. So please like the video if you think it is useful. In the links in the description under this video you can find the links to my other social platforms where you can follow me, of course. And let's now dive right into the charts. So zooming in all the way to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin had a very beautiful pump to the top side, and now we're seeing somewhat of a consolidation happening. So we are seeing a beautiful range occurring. On the top side we can see resistance, and on the lower side we can see something as a little bit of support coming in. We can paint this resistance in red, because that's what we always do. So Bitcoin is now currently bouncing between this range. So on the top side we have resistance, and on the lower side we can see multiple touch points here as support. So eventually Bitcoin has to pick a side. So we are either going to see a break to the top side, of course we are going to break it to the downside. And however, I think we are going to see a beautiful break to the top side, because a bullish sentiment is occurring into the market, and we are seeing this bull flag is unfolding. So yeah, a bull flag formation is a typical bullish bias pattern which to break to the top side, and after such a big impulse to the top side, you want to see this kind of consolidation happening, and we can see a lot of inflows as well into the Bitcoin ETF. So let's have a look at that. So yesterday was another very interesting and bullish day for the Bitcoin ETFs. We saw another 327.3 million buying by BlackRock. We had in total of 442 million of total inflow. So this is insanely bullish, and we can now see this beautiful spike to the top side, which I was warning you about when the Bitcoin was retracing a little bit. So we're now seeing a continuation of the price action, and this inflows is looking very bullish, and they are just indicating the bullish uptrend for Bitcoin. And having a quick look at the Ethereum ETF, we can see finally a beautiful bullish day yesterday. We saw a 63.5 million in total inflows, and that was because Grayscale and especially BlackRock were buying Ethereum like crazy. So this is what we want to see, and this could also change the direction of Ethereum in the coming days and weeks. And we could see more higher prices for Ethereum as well. And zooming out to the daily time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is having a little bit of trouble at this resistance area. We can see a lot of resistance here in the past on this daily chart, and this is the level for Bitcoin to break to the top side, or we're going to see a rejection to the downside, of course. So this is a beautiful higher high after we created this high. So we could also see a little bit of a retracement back to create a new higher low as well, and from there we could potentially see another break for Bitcoin to the top side. So I think we will see a little bit of a rejection coming in, and that's exactly why I'm still in my short trade on Bitunix. So yesterday I talked about this trade on in my video. So if you want to trade together with me, that is of course possible, and you can just register and you get a 10 USDT futures bonus for free, and they will distribute it every Monday. So you can also follow me on my Telegram group. You can follow me there for free. You can be part of the group, and then you can click this link to just register and get your 10 USDT futures bonus. But of course you can also deposit money, and then you get more bonuses, just like you can see here in the graph. So just sign up for free, and then you can trade together with me. You can also click the link in the description under my YouTube video. So sign up on Bitunix and trade together with me. So for now, this horizontal level on the daily chart is the level to break for Bitcoin. So we are either going to see a break to the top side or a break to the downside. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are we going to see a rejection from this level, or is Bitcoin going to push through and see higher highs? And having a look at the 4 hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin broke this important resistance to the top side. Here we can see multiple rejections and also multiple resistance price action. Bitcoin broke through, and now we could also see a little bit of a retest to test this previous resistance as support, and that of course will be very healthy price action. And this is the reason why I'm in a short, because I think we will see a little bit of a retest to test these lower levels, and at this level, at the $88,000, I'm going to take profit on my trade, and then I'm also going to exit my short trade. So this is exactly what I'm expecting. But of course, if Bitcoin is pumping through, I'm also fine with that, because my portfolio is looking very green right then. So keep in mind that Bitcoin is always moving in waves, and we're currently seeing a big spike to the top side, so we could also see a little bit of a retest to test these lower prices as support, and that of course will be very healthy, as I said. And looking at the fear and greed index, we can see that the Bitcoin fear and greed index is back in stages of greed. And last week we were in stages of fear, and a week before that we were in stages of extreme fear. So I always say, when we are in stages of fear or extreme fear, you want to buy more Bitcoin, because here we can see the price of Bitcoin in the last years, and you can also see the orange dots are the stages of extreme fear. So we were in extreme fear 2 weeks ago, and now we're climbing up again, and this was exactly the bottom for Bitcoin. So eventually, always when we are in stages of fear, it marks the bottom for Bitcoin. So that is why I'm always buying when Bitcoin is going back in stages of fear or extreme fear, and then you want to buy, because eventually we will go higher, and then we're going to be back in stages of greed, just like we are seeing right now. So you could have already be up for a lot of significant amount of gains in the last weeks. So congratulations if you also bought in extreme fear. And zooming all the way out to the weekly time frame, we can see this beautiful bounce was occurring from this double support. We saw this horizontal range coming into play, which was acting as resistance in the past, and now it has been turned into support. So this was a perfect bullish retest, and also on the lower side we can see this upward sloping support level, which was holding strong. So this double support was holding very strong, and now we are seeing a beautiful bounce to the top side. And if we zoom all the way out, we can see that Bitcoin is in this beautiful uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. So let's see if Bitcoin can create a higher high, and that of course will bring Bitcoin to new all-time highs. And yeah, we could see a lot of bullish sentiment coming into the market in the coming days and weeks, because a lot of companies are buying Bitcoin, and especially the Bitcoin ETFs are buying Bitcoin like crazy. So this is the bounce we wanted to see, and buying at these levels and at these beautiful support retest, you are in a significant amount of gain. So this was a very clear sign that we are seeing a bounce to the top side. So let's see if we can create a new all-time high in the coming weeks. And everyone is always looking at the Bitcoin yearly highs, but let's have a look at the Bitcoin yearly lows. And this year, the yearly low is $75,000. So yeah, we could potentially see a yearly low of above the $100,000 in 2026. So of course, this is insane to think about. And yeah, if you can see in the last years, we saw these yearly lows, and yeah, we are coming higher and higher. And I think, of course, eventually we will only be above the $100,000, and then we never come back below it. So yeah, do you think that we are going to see a yearly low of $100,000 in 2026, or do you think that we will eventually go back below the $75,000? And the first altcoin I want to have a look at is Cardano. We can see that Cardano is having a little bit of trouble at this horizontal daily range on the daily chart, but we can also see a beautiful pump this week, and we are already up for almost 16%. So this is the next make or break level, because in the past we can see a lot of resistance areas, resistance price action coming into the market, but overall we are now in this bullish uptrend on the daily time frame. We are creating higher highs and higher lows. So as I'm always saying, the trend is your friend until it ends. So let's see if Cardano can break through and eventually create a new higher high, and that of course would indicate the continuation of the bullish uptrend. So the next big resistance is around the 75 cents where we are currently, and if we are breaking through, I think we will see a retest of the resistance as support, and then the next big target will be above the $1. So zooming out to the weekly time frame, we can also see that there are very interesting levels to break for Cardano. And in the past we can see a lot of resistance at this level, which was acting as support once again. We saw a beautiful bounce here, and this is exactly why I'm always buying at these horizontal levels, and buying at this green box of accumulation is what I said and what I shared on my socials. So you could have been buying Cardano right at these places, and then you are already up for more than 27%. So this could have been a very interesting trade. And now the next big resistance is coming into play. So let's see if Cardano can also break through this level. And then if we're breaking through the $1, and then the $1.20 will be the next target for Cardano. So let me know in the comments, do you still hold Cardano in your portfolio? And what is your price prediction for Cardano in 2025? And we can also see a lot of interesting price action on the chart of Chainlink. And this is the next altcoin I'm going to discuss. We saw this huge falling wedge formation, and we saw multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and also on the lower side multiple touch points as support. And we are now finally breaking bullish, and this is exactly what we've been waiting for. And I've also been warning you about this reversal pattern, because this falling wedge formation is a typical bullish reversal bias pattern. And now we're seeing a break to the top side. Of course, we want to create a new higher high for Chainlink, and that of course will be very bullish, and that will be indicating the start of a bullish uptrend. So the breakout target will be confluent with this top side of this formation, and it will bring Chainlink all the way back to the $20, which will also be confluent with a lot of resistance around this level. So yeah, this could be the next play for Chainlink, and from this bullish retest, you could have made an interesting gain of almost 50% on this trade. And zooming out to the weekly time frame, we can see this, the horizontal level was acting very strong again. We saw this beautiful bounce, and in the past we can see a lot of price action happening, and we even retested this bear market lows. And yeah, this is looking very beautiful, this bounce. So also, just like Cardano, Chainlink is still in this bullish uptrend. So let's see if Chainlink can create a new higher high, and that of course will bring Chainlink back above the $30. So this is the route that Chainlink might go in the next week. But however, we have to be a little bit cautious, because there's also a lot of interesting resistance levels coming into the market, which needs to be broken first to become more bullish. So let me know in the comments, is Chainlink going back to above the $30? And do you think that Chainlink will eventually trade above the $100 in the coming years? So again, please like the video if you think it was useful. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.